Unit 7 Test Study Guide, question number 14. And I'll have to tell you guys, this is like my fourth attempt at getting this right without any mistakes in the video and keeping it under 15 minutes. So I'm going to have to abbreviate some things and try and make sure I don't mess this up. Okay, same as problem number 13. You're supposed to find the measures of center and the measures of variability and make the dot plot and answer the questions at the bottom. The difficulty here, there are 25 numbers. Count them. There are 25 numbers. Trying to add up 25 numbers will probably cause you to make a mistake. And I'd also urge you to add the numbers up a couple of times. And adding them up a couple of all of them together a couple of times, you're probably going to keep getting different answers. Instead, it might be a good thing to just break them up into groups of 5 and then re-add those groups and see that you get the same answer for each of those groups. Okay, I'm going to pause for a moment and you should go through and add those numbers up in groups of 5s and see if you agree with what I've got. Okay, pause. End of the pause. Okay, this group adds up to 55. This group adds up to 56. This one added up to 23. And this added up to 44. And this group added up to 72, I believe. And you add those, again, you want to find the average of all of these, so you add them all together. So now I need to add those 5 numbers together. And when you do that, you should get 250. The average is the total of all the numbers divided by how many numbers there are. So you divide by 25 and your mean comes out to be 10. Alright, then make your dot plot, and I have managed to mess this up a couple of times, so I'd urge you to be careful when you do this. First, number your number line. I cannot manage to fit the numbers in if I try to write in every one, so I'm going to write in just the evens. And now take the numbers from my list and put dots in for them on my number line. And I have been doing it by doing 3s. I still seem to be managing to mess it up, so I will still try it again. 11, 15, and 18. 1, 10, 17. 11, 6, 19. It's a second 11, a 6, and a 19. 3, 11, 4, 3, another 11, and a 4. 7, 1, 0. Okay, 16, 1, 8. So a 16, another 1, and an 8, a 9, 10, and an 8. So a 9, another 10, and another 8. 18, 11, 17. 18, 11, and 17. And finally, and an 18. And again, I would urge you, count the dots. Make sure that you've got 25 dots on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 dots. I had 25 pieces of data, so it looks like I've got all of my points accounted for. But on the last attempt, I accidentally put one dot in the wrong place, so be careful when you're doing your dots, because now what I'm going to do is use this dot plot to put my numbers in order from least to greatest. They're already in order, and I know how many of each one there are, so that will be a little bit easier, I hope. So I've got a 0, 3 1s, a 3 and a 4, 6, 7, and 2 8s, a 9 and 2 10s, 4 11s, okay, and then it goes up to 15, 16, and 2 17s, 3 18s, and a 19. And again, count your numbers: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25 numbers. So it looks like I've got all of the numbers. I wish I would have spaced those up a little bit higher, because I'm going to need more space under here when I go to find my MAD. Okay, filling in the data. The mode you can tell by looking at your dot plot. I had 4 11s and only 3 of some of the other ones. The 11 showed up most, so that is my mode. My median, I need to find the middle of this list. There are 25 numbers, so if I take 12 off of each end, I will end up with 1 number in the middle. I find that easier than trying to cancel off numbers from each end or moving my fingers in, covering them. So 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it looks like this 10 should be my middle. I'm going to count from this side just to be sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 on this side also. So yes, 10 is my median. 25 numbers, there's going to be, with an odd number of numbers, there will be 1 number in the middle. Okay, then I need to find the range. The range is the distance from the high to the low, and so that is going to be, but we don't just say that it goes from 0 to 19, we do the math. We do 19 minus 0, and we say that that distance is 19 spaces, so our range is 19. The interquartile range is the distance between the quartiles, which is splitting the data up into groups of 4. Our median has split this up into 2 equal groups. If we find the median of this half, it'll split this into 2 groups, find the median of this half, and it'll split this into 2 groups, and then we will have our 4 equal groups. There were 25 numbers. There are 12 numbers down here. So halfway, the middle would be to have 6 on each side. So 2, 4, 6. It looks like the middle should be here. And then 2, 4, 6. Yeah, the middle is between the 4 and the 6. So I need to average those two. Those two numbers are the middle. I find the average of those. So 4 plus 6, and then divide by how many there were. There were 2. That's 10 divided by 2. My lower quartile is 5. This is my lower quartile. Upper quartile, same thing. 12 numbers up here. 6 on each side then. If I look for the middle, it should be right here. There were 6 numbers there. 2, 4, 6 numbers here. Yes, that is it. This is going to be it. And now I need to average these two numbers. So that's going to be 16 plus 17 divided by 2. That is going to be 33 divided by 2. Or you could figure out what's halfway between 16 and 17. 33 divided by 2 gets us the same answer. 16.5 is the upper quartile, UQ. But we need that so that we can do the interquartile range. It's the range between the two quartiles. So our IQR is the distance between these two, which is 16.5 minus the 5, the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. It is 11 5/10. That is our interquartile range. Okay, the MAD is the average distance between these data points and our mean. The distance between any data point and our mean, you find that by subtracting your mean from it. And this is where I wish I had more room. Subtract 10 from each, or you can also subtract from 10. You want the positive difference, so either direction. Let's just go with positives. So 0 minus 10 would be negative 10, but we want the positive, that is 10. 1 minus 10 is negative 9. We're going with 9s then. 10 from 3, negative 7, so 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 2, 10 from 9, 1, 0, 0, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, and 9. You want the average of those numbers, and again, I'd urge you to count them. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I think I'm off by 1, 22, 24. Yeah, that's 25. I think I accidentally counted my dot there, which is again why I wish I would have put this up higher. Add those all together. I already did it off screen. It comes out to be 124 when you add all of these numbers together, and then divide by 25. And again, off screen, the calculator tells me it is 4.96. Okay, just a few minutes left to get all three of these. The range is how far your data points are spread out. Refer back to this number. So the mean, the range here tells you the data points are spread out over, again, the range was 19 over 19 spaces. Refer back to the number that we've got. The interquartile range tells you that the middle 50% of your data is spread out over 11.5 spaces. And finally, the absolute deviation tells you that the average distance of a data point from the mean is 4.96 spaces. Done.